We
Mexico,
love hip hop.
before we get to the hip hop stuff. Because Canadians are in Mexico, they've been telling them to lay low. Before they're telling them to get the fuck out, they're like, lay low. Because like the cartels are out there. They took over a lot of the city or a lot of the different cities. It's just chaos. So I'm gonna run a video just to get us acquainted here. One take, Jake, if you could assist me here, please.
Canadians Puerto Vallarta, Mexico are being ordered to shelter in place as violence escalates in the region following the death of a cartel leader called El Mencho.
El Mencho.
We love hip hop.
Dennis McKeag was woken up by chaos in Mexico this morning.
I woke up to banging and I thought it was like construction, and it was explosions.
McKeag is from London, Ontario, but rents an apartment every winter in Puerto Vallarta. He witnessed a lot of the action from his balcony.
Right now, I'm looking off my balcony. I'm seeing 4 vehicles on fire. Well, it burned out. By looking to the left. If I look to the right, there's a barricade.
Mexican government officials are warning residents at Jalisco State, including popular tourist destination Puerto Vallarta, is not safe for travel at the moment. Global Affairs Canada issued a warning to people in the area that criminal groups have set up roadblocks with burning vehicles throughout the state. The agency says there are just under 19,000 Canadians in Mexico at the moment, including nearly 5,000 in Jalisco State. Earlier today, the Mexican drug lord Nemesio Oseguero, commonly known as El Mencho, was killed in a military operation, and the cartel is retaliating.
They firebombed that. There was another one a block away they firebombed. They looted the major drug store, and the guys in black masks and black clothes were running down the street with bags over their shoulders telling people to go home. Get off the street, go home.
There are also unconfirmed reports that the cartel
What nice
has
guys
attacked
warning
the prison
people.
in Puerto Vallarta, triggering a prison
Honestly,
break. There have been shootouts with security forces and several explosions. The Puerto Vallarta airport has shut down. WestJet, Air Canada, Flair, Air Transat, and Porter Airlines have all canceled or diverted flights to the area. In a statement, WestJet said they have diverted 7 flights en route to Puerto Vallarta and canceled 24 flights to and from the city, as well as nearby Guadalajara and Manzanillo. A shelter-in-place order is in effect.
Okay, I think we get the point. It's chaos. Have you guys ever been to Mexico?
Yeah, I've been twice.
And I've always wondered this, and I've been there once, and it was great. An amazing, where I went to where a lot of people go, that Chichenia or whatever, what they call it, chicken pizza or whatever, where the pyramids and stuff is. It's cool, right? But why is there such a draw to go to a country that the cartels technically run? It's not like the cartels didn't just start running the place now, bro.
I think there's so many things appealing about Mexico, bro. Like the weather's beautiful, the culture, the food is amazing.
The biggest draw is the price.
The prices are very much in our favor. Usually people are going to all-inclusive resorts where, you know, you're getting good customer service and everything. And like, let's not act like, okay, I understand that the cartel, they do their dirt, but they're not like animals. No. Like they kind of control a lot of the hospitality industry.
Yes, and when they're in charge, I guess, for lack of a better term, it keeps the harmony. Then when they try to take out a certain person or certain people at the top, that causes a lot of disruption.
Yeah, facts.
Like when I went to Mazatlan, I found out that like that's like it's run by the cartel, but it's so safe because that's where the cartel goes to like go on easy and like relax. So it's like they're making money off people like us going there. They're making money off selling towels to the Rio and like everything around there. So it's like, and if you go there, as long as you're not barking and like trying to act like you're bigger than the program, they're not gonna just like jump you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a foreigner. Plus, like a lot of the police are on cartel payroll. If you get arrested in Mexico, more than likely you can kind of bribe your way out of the situation. Like so 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, "Yo, just give us this money, we'll let you go."
Has that been a good thing or a bad thing though? Because like that shows that they have no control of their own country as far as like the actual government and the authorities. So it can lead to situations where we've given these guys so much power that when we disrupt that a little bit, all hell breaks loose.
Well, even when El Chapo's son got arrested, didn't they like go on like a shootout for so long? They just had to release Broski and be like, yo,
Yes.
fuck, like y'all got
Yes.
it.
But that wouldn't have happened if there wasn't like a history and a culture of giving these guys so much power in the first place. You can't take it back now.
I know what you mean. And I think we really need to find out how the average citizen in Mexico views the cartel. Maybe they're more in favor of the cartel's leadership than the government's leadership, right?
Yeah.
Because the governments probably have their own agendas. They're usually probably not independent. At least with the cartel, you know that they're trying to keep their business alive.
Yeah, yeah.
And they resort to violence when they have to, but like these are also people who have families. These are also people who are in their communities, and these are their communities. You know what I'm saying? Like they're more
Yeah.
connected to their area than like some random president or the military.
And that's the perfect example of a corrupt government, like that country and other countries like that. Because imagine Canada or the US, and I know it's on some kind of level, there is some kind of criminality going on, but imagine them being run by the HA, the Hells Angels, or the mob just ran the whole of the government. You know what I mean? They're ones that telling everybody what to do. Like, I don't know if that's a thing. I'm sure they're involved in some kind of way. They'll, you know what I mean? But like to run the government, bro.
I think it depends on how, I don't want to say how righteous they are, but I already know that the majority of people do not trust the official government. So maybe they would rather, you know, these cartels or mafias that have more heart or more concern about the people because these are their communities.
Yeah.
What I will say is I seen some videos of what was going on over there. There's one video that was going viral of when they burnt down the gas station.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the news channels or whatever on TikTok, they put out a clip, but they cropped it out. They only showed when like the masked men pulled up and like burnt the gas station. But before that, like I seen like the full clip. Everyone who was there getting gas, they let them leave first. Like all the civilians, they let them leave first, and then they burnt it down. So that ties into your point where like they're not trying to just smoke random civilians and stuff. Like they're taking it to the government and like to these institution like level places rather than just like, because Americans, they try to go on like, oh, this will never happen in America, but every other month they're rioting in some different part. But just because like America is so vast, like they're able to say, oh, this is just over here, this is just over there.
And yes, we are talking about two different sizes of countries, but like there's not just one gang in Mexico. There's multiple gangs, but one gang, like when there's unrest, is just tearing up like certain areas, and then it could be another gang on another month. Like we'll never have that. Like the Bloods and Crips are beefing, and it's gotten so bad that they have to freaking bring in the tanks because like the cops are all compromised. Like don't get me wrong, that's happening, but not on the level that they talk about in Mexico. That just shows to me a weak government, weak authority, if you can let the gangsters run the show.
Well, I think that's why the government was trying to reclaim that authority and power by wiping out the leader of this cartel.
This time, because they do keep on doing this over and over again.
Well, I feel like they kind of had to because Trump kind of made an example when he went to Venezuela and just basically kidnapped the leader.
Yeah.
So Mexico is probably like, okay, yo, we have to make sure we have our stuff together so America can't feel like they have to do some peacekeeping mission over here type thing.
So it's posturing.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's basically what it is, because it's like, you're cool with keeping the shit dirty. It's been like that for decades.
Yes. And I do think that, you know, there might be something to say about some cartels being responsible for some of the drug issues in America. So I can understand why America would want to get involved. But I heard a lot of the firearms that they recovered from the cartels are American firearms.
Yeah.
So like, who's to say that America's not funding? America's known to fund rebel groups in other countries to promote destabilization. So they have to go in. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, and
be a bigger plot.
America funds American governments fund organized crime on a regular. I would imagine, but those same organized crime factions don't run the government. The government is like, yo, I'm gonna break you off and we'll keep you out of jail.
I feel like they had something good going on where like the cartel ran certain aspects and then the government had like more of the administrative stuff.
Yeah.
And I think in general, like it was working fine, but I guess they wanted to eliminate the other party.
Yeah.
But okay, it might not be the cartel, but people say that I guess Israel kind of like controls America.
Mm.
Is that kind of like the same thing where you have like they're not like a rebel group, but they're a group that has a certain agenda, inflicting that agenda on the government, you know, where
But I feel like Israel runs America within America in the sense where it's the powerful Jewish executives that are lobbying for Israeli agendas, essentially. So it's
I
like,
got you.
it's within America because like Israel itself is too small to friggin', you know what I'm saying? They're not more powerful than America, but it's like the people who have power in America who are paying the politicians who are, you know, maybe on the Epstein Island, who, you know, have a lot of blackmail influence or whatever on politicians. Like they're the ones who want that presence.
Yes, but you can only compromise a few politicians. You know what I'm saying? You can't compromise all of them.
What do you mean? It's kind of like a barrier of entry where it's like, if you want to be at this level, these are the things you have to agree on. Like, I think all of them are kind of like sold.
No, I agree, but I'm saying like, it's still not run by gangsters like Mexico, Haiti, all these different places where like the government is weak.
Well, I feel like when it's a smaller country, then like it's kind of easier for like these rebel groups to kind of take control of it.
Yeah.
Like especially if they don't have like America literally has like nuclear weapons, you know what I mean? So no one's like no one's touching that, you know. But I don't think Mexico has anything on that level.
Yeah, and if the army really has to step in and start shooting at gangsters, we're done over here.
It's the fact that the gangsters...
Not us, I'm not a gangster.
It's the fact that the gangsters or the cartels there have enough sufficient ammunition to even fight back.
Yes.
Where it's even like kind of fair. You know, it's like here, it's like that would be unimaginable. You know, even if like the HA or whatever were to like go at it with the government, like all the RCMP, everyone would get involved. Like it's kind of like,
yeah, they might be able to fight the Canadian government, but in America, they'll get mowed down. I'm sorry. They got troops on top of troops. I saw a post on freaking Real Toronto News. They were saying there's more realtors than soldiers in Canada right now.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
So I don't know. A gang might be able to take the army over here.
I kind of wish Canada had mandatory military service for anyone, for everyone, sorry. So a lot of countries, when you turn 18, 19, you have to go to the military for like a year, like 6 months. And not only does that create a sense of nationalism, but it gives you life survival skills. You'll know how to discharge a weapon. You'll know how to survive in the woods. Like,
speak for yourself, though, bro. I'm glad if that was to ever happen, I'm already aged out. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's
but
for the younger
when you were
youths.
18 or 19,
no thanks.
Really? Do you feel like there would be utility in that? Or
I don't want no country even having any control of me because you gave me some freaking military training, and then you can send me out anytime you want to go fight for whatever agendas you got going on.
No, like you're not like joining the military. It's more like you're going through the training to be a patriotic Canadian that is also like a man with the man skills.
But you don't have to get deployed.
No, you're not getting deployed unless it's like a world war. But yeah, 99% of the time you're not being deployed. They're just going to station you out in like Nova Scotia. You go through boot camp. You know, you learn how to shoot a gun. You wake up, you do your bed every morning.
I'm with
you know what I'm saying? Like
until God forbid, we become like Israel and whatever, and then now they're like, mandatory service.
Well, you know,
we
low key, because I was born in Turkey, I have to do Turkish military service, and I've been prolonging it because I'm a dual citizen. I had to go to the embassy and be like, "Yo, I'm in school, I'm working," but eventually I have to do it. And like, if you don't do the proper protocols, like they'll just take you from the airport.
Really?
Yeah. Or and there's two versions. I could either I hope they're not watching this, but you either do the full year or you pay a certain amount and then you do like a more refined one for like a month.
Wow.
And that's like if you're like a foreigner or you have money, you do the second one.
They're gonna come snatch you just
average
now.
you got to do the full year, you shave your beard, all this, that. But
that's
like
crazy. But I think like, because when I think about the men, the men in Toronto, like how mans move.
Yeah.
I think a lot of mans will benefit from the discipline, the regiment. You know what I mean? Like even just learning the basics of, like you said, being a man, and like I would definitely have been able to benefit from that.
They wouldn't be hitting so many innocents when they go shoot up places and stuff. Know how to aim. But listen,
it would probably make them like not want to do crime because it's like they'll probably have a sense of like nationalism or like they don't want to affect Canada in a negative
Yeah,
way.
give people a purpose.
Did
but-
not win the Roll Up the Rim boys.
But salute to all the people over there in Mexico. I seen the 6 at 6 over there. I'm like, bro, get out of there, man. So anybody out there in Mexico, stay safe, all right, and get home safe.
I think
I'm
it's
trying to
only
go.
that one city that's being affected though. Like man's in Tulum and stuff are still living it up. They're still getting nans, drinking. You know what I mean?
True. But yeah, salute to everybody out there.
We
Thanks
love
for
hip
watching.
hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.